Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another video. So since it's Ramadan, I thought let's talk about intermittent fasting and the effect that it has on our body. So first of all, what is intermittent fasting? Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern where you cycle between periods of eating and periods of fasting. Intermittent fasting does not say anything about what foods you should eat, but rather it tells you when to eat them. Intermittent fasting has different schedules. Some people like to fast in the night because it's easier. Some people fast in the day. But most of us as Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset because that's how our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, used to fast. So in this video we are going to be talking about the effects that intermittent fasting has on our health, aging, and diseases. Just before we dive into that, I wanted to mention that there are enormous benefits of fasting, and since we cannot discuss them all at once, in this video we are only going to focus on the effects that it has on our health, aging, and diseases. And in this video I'm going to be referring to a paper published by the New England Journal of Medicine. I'll make sure to link this paper in the description box below so that you can also read it by yourself. And this paper has a lot of terms and it goes into a lot of detail about how intermittent fasting works. And just for the sake of simplicity and to make it easy for everyone to understand, I'm going to be simplifying it. And if you want to find out more about this topic and how this works, then you can read the paper yourself, InshaAllah. Now let's dive right in. When we fast, our body switches mechanism of producing energy. Usually we produce energy by using the glycogen that's present in our liver. But when we start our fast, the body doesn't use the glycogen for energy. There's a switch in the mechanism and the fat that's stored in our body is being used for energy production. And when this happens, it favors the cell repair. Our body prioritizes cell repair and cell maintenance rather than cell production, producing new cells. When we fast, our body goes through a phase of repairing itself and maintaining its body tissues. Here you can see in the flowchart here what happens when the switch occurs. When our body uses the fat stored in the body to produce energy, this is what happens. Then we see disease resistance. Cell repair promotes cell survival. It improves its health and increases disease resistance. So our body is more immune. It is more protected from infections and diseases. And this is because our body stops the production phase of its activities and moves on to the repair and function and to prioritize what already exists. That's how it's able to protect its cells from infections and become more disease resistant. And in this paper in particular, the researchers looked at a few diseases and how fasting helped in the treatment of these diseases. Those diseases are obesity, diabetes mellitus, cardiovascular diseases, especially high cholesterol levels, cancer, neurodegenerative disorders, asthma, multiple sclerosis, and arthritis. Thirdly, fasting increases metabolic efficiency, which simply means that our body produces less waste and utilizes most of our food for energy production. For those of you who don't know what metabolism is, it simply refers to the process of us deriving energy from the food that we eat. So the food that we eat, it gets digested in our body, and from that digested food we produce energy. This process is known as metabolism. So fasting improves our metabolism and it utilizes most of what we eat in order to produce energy for our body. Fasting reduces inflammation. Inflammation is something very common. Each and every one of us is familiar with it. So when we are fasting, our body has an improved metabolism and it is working actively to repair the cells in our body and the tissues of our body and also to reduce inflammation. And that's what explains how fasting helps in reducing arthritis and other inflammation related diseases. Then we have improved cognition. Fasting reverses the adverse effects of obesity, diabetes, insulin resistance, and neuroinflammation. All of these have adverse effects on our memory and our learning power. And in this study in particular, fasting alternate days, which is again from the Sunnah of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, it helped in increasing memory and also in increasing the learning power. And as a result of all of the benefits that we just discussed, the researchers concluded that fasting increases lifespan. I wouldn't use the same term here though, and that's because you cannot increase your lifespan. Your death is written in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you can improve the quality of the life that you have by following a healthy lifestyle and by fasting. When you fast, we just talked about all the other things that happen. Your body focuses on cell repair, it reduces inflammation, it becomes stress resistant, it becomes disease resistant, and all of these lead to a good immunity. And we all know that a good immune system, a strong immune system, means it will protect you from all sorts of diseases, and which will result in a disease-free life, which improves the quality of your life, and you have a lot of time to do the things that are important to you, and not being worried about your health all the time. The researchers in this paper made the animals fast on an alternate day fasting routine, and they concluded that the average lifespan of the animals was increased by up to 80%. Now, before I end this video, let's recap what we talked about today. Intermittent fasting has many benefits, but the ones that we discussed in this video from this paper are cell repair, increased disease resistance, increases metabolism, reduces inflammation, improves cognition, and improves quality of life. And again, I'll link the paper that I'm referring to in this video in the description box below so that you can read it yourself and you can read it in greater details. I'll also link some other studies that you can read it as well. So if you like this video and you found it beneficial, then be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Jazakumullah khairan for watching. Wassalamualaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.